What's up? This is Jeff from BKJMAC TV, and this is the BKJMAC podcast experience coming to you live from Brooklyn, New York. And tonight's episode 36 of season 3, we're going to be talking about Will Smith and his so-called official but no words response to Jada Pinkett media rampage about their personal affairs. Now, right now, everybody's been paying attention to this. Everybody's been looking out on social media, and I'm perplexed by this. I've seen the articles, I've seen it on TV, and I'm just like, what is Jada Pinkett doing? It's like every time she does something like this, it's like she's starving for attention, And that's not the Jada that I knew growing up. She was always private. The old Jada Pinkett would never allow the media to get into her personal business. It was a thing back in the old school, like you keep your life, you keep yourself separate and private. No one need to know what's going on in your bedroom, who's sleeping in your bedroom and whatnot. And I don't know, this last couple of years, especially with the Chris Rock debacle, where her separated husband now, Will Smith, assaulted Chris Rock for making some jokes about Jada Pinkett's medical condition, which I thought the jokes were very light. G.I. Jane, sequel to G.I. Jane, I don't think it was that big of a thing. I don't think he called her outside her name or whatnot. And then if you look at the video, I actually made a video about this on my podcast, on my YouTube channel, BKJMAC TV. Don't forget to check it out on YouTube. I made a video about it, and I do close analysis and whatnot. And if you look at the video, you'll see that Will Smith was laughing his ass off. It's only when Jada Pinkett actually looked at him a certain way that he stopped laughing, and he went up on stage and basically did something extremely stupid. What he did was just absolutely dumb at that time, and he paid for it, and he got banned for 10 years from the Oscars. Now I think he got about 8 years left on that sentence. Honestly, it was just ridiculous. And the last movie that he did was Emancipation. He got nominated and he took home no awards, and I think that slap really messed him up. It really messed up his image. It was like he was defending his wife, but in such a stupid way. If you watch the Chris Rock stand-up special on Netflix, he addressed it, he talked about it, and he basically called Will Smith a bitch for what he did. I think the whole world called Will Smith a bitch for what he did. Honestly, I don't like calling guys out of their names, especially Will Smith, because I respect Will Smith so much, because he's done so much for the black community. He has supported a lot of people. When he came down to Brooklyn College, where I graduated from, he was nice, he was very polite, he was very respectful, he signed autographs. A lot of actors don't have to do that. A lot of actors that I know are jerks, but he was very sincere, he was nice, he was just so polite. So you will never ever hear me say something disrespectful about Will Smith, because he's just that guy who was just so amazing. So I'm not gonna be here and I'm gonna call him outside his name, because I didn't like his behavior, and he apologized about his behavior multiple times. And as a fan of his work and his acting ability and what he's done over the last 20 to 30 years in film and TV, I respect him and I accept his apology. I just wish he didn't let Jada Pinkett's reaction make him move like that. I wish he would have thought about it more and not make a move like that. But it's like crying spilled milk. It's not going to happen. It's not going to take it back. It's done. What's done is done. But I wish he would have responded better, because he did a so-called official response, and he really didn't say anything. He looked like he was about to say something, and then he did this BS cough, and it just did some big giant video loop thing, and I'm like, what is that all about? And I think everybody's praising it as it's classic. He doesn't need to respond to it. Man, but this Jada Pinkett is just wild right now. She revealed her past relationship with Tupac and how uncomfortable it made Will while they were dating each other before they got married. And it's just something, stuff you just don't really talk about. Her new book, Worthy, I guess is about to just dropped publicly. So any statements that she's written in the book about their relationship, with her relationship with Will Smith, I guess now is public food for the public to consume. To me, this is very private, but she's doing what she needs to do. I mean, Jada Pinkett is becoming more, how can I say it, more accessible to the public, but not in the way I thought she would have done it. Old Jada would have definitely never have ever done something like this, but it goes to show you, you really don't know. You really don't know people. Will Smith, he was sitting in his blue chair. The Emancipation Star said, "I got something for you. Here's the thing." So my opinion on, and then he sneezed. It was like a fake sneeze. And 64.5 million of his followers were sent into an animated trip. And it was wild. And then the post ended. Some people are calling it his non-response genius. To his critics, like he felt like he didn't need to be bothered, he didn't need to respond to it. And it's just, I don't know, that relationship dynamic is weird. Maybe they should just get a divorce officially, because they've been separated for over 7 years. Maybe they should just get a divorce. And obviously Will Smith is dating other people, Jada Pinkett is dating other people, and honestly that marriage thing, maybe there's probably some stuff that's like keeping them together. Maybe they 50-50, it's in the state of California, so we don't know what the requirements are in Cali when it comes to marriages and whatnot. So we'll see what happens. They'll try to work that part out, but it's just something that's so inconvenient. It's just something that's just like, wow, it's just ridiculous. Ironically, their decision to not make public their troubled marriage may have been a response to rumors that they were getting divorced that same year. To squash those rumors, Will and Jada would make public appearances and show public displays of affection to throw people off. For the Independence actor, the illusion of perfection was extremely important. He would later say, "I had a public perception that I wanted to project of our relationship, of the family, and what my kids are, what my wife is, and what we are in the world," he said on the Red Table Talk in 2018. He wanted that perfection, and he was going to do whatever it took to maintain it, even though it was fake. It was a fake illusion to hold on to something that basically has lost its thunder, its luster. Honestly, this love stuff, it's not for everybody. After a while, when you get married, you start off with great intentions. You try to adhere to the vows that you have taken with your partner. But down the line, I think once you get to 10 years, 20 years, 30 years with the same person, and maybe the love starts to flicker, and it gets worse and worse, communication breaks down, and it's like, Okay, now I'm with a total stranger now. The person that person had once fell in love with many years earlier is just a stranger in my bed. And it reminded me of that Tamia song, There's a Stranger in My Bed. And it took a while for me to figure out. I mean, in essence, Will Smith and Jada Pinkett are now strangers to each other now. They're only married by name, and that's about it. That love has faded away, and it's sad. You know, is sad. It's just so sad. There's a quote in the article. It states, in the email to the New York Times, the Bad Boys actor said that the memoir made some things clear about his life partner, noting just how amazing she actually is. When you've been with someone for more than half of your life, a sort of emotional blindness sets in, and you can all too easily lose your sensitivity to the hidden nuances and subtle beauties, he said. Well, I don't know about all of that. I will agree, it will make you blind. It will make you lose your sensitivity. And in essence, it's like, I felt like he lost his sight of direction by trying to maintain a marriage that just doesn't need to be maintained anymore. I mean, he wants that perfection. He wants to showcase that validation to the world that him and Jada are the perfect couple. But let's be honest, that's not true anymore. You know, couples grow and die in life. It's like the theme from All My Children, where relationships grow and die. And that's basically the essence of life. We grow and die. And maybe Will and Jada need to just get a divorce, and instead of playing face and pretending that the marriage is still physically active, when in actuality it's not anymore. But they're two consenting adults. I think they'll find a way to work that part out in their personal lives now they're doing it in front of the media. They're doing it in front of the public. We're here to watch it. We're talking about it on social media. I think that's the causality here. So whatever they decide to do, we'll be here alongside for the ride. Anyway, thank you for listening to this episode of the BKJMAC podcast experience. Please go to my YouTube page, BKJMAC TV, to see the videos that I've published about this and many, many more topics. Thank you for listening. Peace, love, always. One.